Hello everyone, I'm Bethany, Texas Women's University Fitness and Recreation, and this is Virtual Pilates. Once again, we won't need any equipment unless you know that you like equipment for certain moves. And as always, I encourage you to listen to your body and hydrate throughout the workout and take breaks as you see fit. So let's begin on our backs, knees to ceiling. Feet are going to be sits bones distance apart. That's the back of your hip that you think of sitting on when you sit in a chair. And then we're going to begin with a neutral spine as though you were against that chair back. Palms face down on either side of the hips. We'll work on breathing first, taking a nice full breath in. Feeling that rib cage expand down into the mat and out to the sides. And then on the exhale, we're breathing out like we're blowing out candles on a birthday cake. Feeling everything contract down through our center core. One more breath here, breathing in. Nice and deep, and then exhale. Feel everything draw in. Let's begin entering into our imprint. Inhaling as we tilt the pelvis toward us, lightly flattening out this low back, and then exhale, return to neutral. Again, inhaling into that pelvic tuck or our imprint, and then exhaling out to neutral. One more, inhaling into that imprint, and then exhale into that neutral. Let's add on. Inhaling, passing through that imprint, and then exhaling as we begin to roll the spine up off the mat into that nice diagonal shape with the hips lifted here. We'll inhale at the top, and then exhale as we start to roll that spine back down to the mat. Releasing the hips back to neutral last. Again, inhaling through that imprint, and then exhaling to curl that spine up off the mat. Inhaling here, and then exhaling, rolling that spine gently and evenly back down. Last one, inhaling through that imprint, and then exhaling, taking that spine up, inhaling here, and then exhaling, curling that spine right back down, and releasing the hips last. Let's take a moment, give those knees a shake side to side if you need, and we'll float those legs up to a tabletop position here, going into our rotation. Let's inhale to prepare in our tabletop, and then exhale, rotate the knees over. Inhale to extend through those hamstrings. Exhale, flex the feet and bend through those knees. And then inhale, back to center. Switching sides. Exhaling to rotate. Inhale to point and lengthen. Exhale, flex, bend, and inhale to draw in. Other side, exhale to rotate. Inhale, point and lengthen through those hamstrings. Exhale, flex and bend, and inhale, back to center. Last time, exhale to rotate. Inhale, point and lengthen. Exhale, flex and bend, and then inhale to drop back to that start position, and we can exhale to float the legs back down to the floor. All right, let's let those hands hover just off the mat or the floor on either side of the hips. And we'll inhale to elevate those shoulders up toward the ears without drawing them any closer to the neck. And then exhale, press those fingertips in a hover toward the heels. Again, inhaling to elevate, and then exhaling to reach fingers to toes. Last one, inhaling, elevate, and exhale, reach. And then we'll inhale, let's float those hands above the chest, hovering directly over each shoulder, palms facing in. And we'll inhale to reach, protracting the shoulders, taking the fingertips up toward the ceiling. And then we'll exhale to retract, drawing the shoulder blades together and down into the floor. Again, inhaling to reach. And then exhaling to retract. One last time, inhaling to protract, and then exhale, squeezing those shoulder blades lightly together and down the spine to retract. And then let's inhale to our neutral here, a slightly different breath in our hands here. We're going to inhale to reach away in our arm scissors, and then exhale back. I think I just changed the breathing, but we're going to inhale to hold, and then exhale to reach, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, reach, inhale, center. Again, exhale, reach only as far as you can control with the neutral spine. Inhale, center, exhale to reach, inhale, center. One last time each side. Exhale to reach, inhale to center, and exhale to reach, and inhale, center, and then exhale, the palms back down on either side of the hips, entering into our head nods. Let's inhale to nod the head, keeping the skull on the back of the mat, and then exhale back to neutral. Again, inhaling to lightly nod the head, and then exhale to neutral, keeping the collarbones open. Last one, inhale to nod, and then exhale back to neutral. Continuing to our ab prep, we'll float those hands on either side of the hips, just hovering off the floor of the mat. And we'll inhale into our head nod, and then we'll exhale, flex the spine forward and up and reach. Inhale here, keeping that contraction, and then exhale, roll that spine deliberately back down to the floor, releasing the head last. Again, inhale, nod the head, exhale, flex it up, inhale here, and then exhale, roll it right back down. Last one, inhale, nod, exhale, flex it up, inhale to hold, and then exhale, flex it back down. Adding on, let's inhale to nod the head, exhale, flex it up, inhale, let those palms face one another on either side of the hips, and keep inhaling to reach the arms up, biceps to ears without lowering through our curl here. And then we'll exhale, contract a little bit deeper in that front line, and reach those palms back toward the hips in a snow angel. Let's take a few more. Inhaling, biceps to ears. Exhale, fan those palms down to the hips. And again, inhaling, up, exhale, fanning around. Let's take it the other way. Inhaling to fan everything up without losing that contraction in the front line. And then exhale, curl a little bit deeper, palms reaching toward those hips. Again, inhaling to fan. Exhale, hands to hips. Last one, inhaling to fan. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale to hold, and then exhale. Curl it back down. Let's flip to our stomachs. Entering into our breaststroke preps here. We're going to take those legs about mat distance apart and point those toes toward the corner edges, turning out at the hips. Palms down on the mat, forearms down on the mat, belly button drawing away from the mat, backs of hips squeezing lightly together and up. We'll be facing here, but I'll be slightly turned so that we can see and talk to each other. Beginning in a neutral spine, we'll take a full breath in and out to prepare. Breathing in and out. Then on the inhale, we're going to think of lengthening through the crown of the head as the shoulders draw up, back, and down, and we use that upper back and mid back to lift us just slightly into a hover, pressing lightly into the hands, and then exhale with control, curl it back down to the mat. Again, inhaling to lengthen the crown of the head forward and up, drawing the shoulder blades lightly together and down, and then exhale, curling it right back down. Let's take one more like this. Inhaling, lengthening forward and up, and then exhaling, taking it right back down. Let's take those hands, float the palms down so that they face in toward the sides of the thighs. Same breath pattern here. We're going to take a full breath in and out. To prepare, breathing in and then out. Drawing that belly button away from the mat and the glutes together. Now let's inhale as we reach the fingertips toward the heels and lift the pinkies toward the ceiling, and take the chest and the crown of the head forward and up. And then we'll exhale to lower it down. Two more like this. Inhaling to reach back, reach up, lengthen forward and up, and then exhale, curl it back down the way we came in. Last one. Inhaling to reach back, up, and lengthen forward and up, and then exhaling to curl it back down. And then we can float those hands forward once again, stacking the hands and the forehead on top. I'll be turned so that we can see and talk to one another again, but we'll keep the hands and the forehead glued together the entire time. So same breath pattern here. Let's take a full breath in and out to prepare. Breathing in and out, and drawing that belly button away from the mat or the floor. Let's inhale to lengthen forward and lift. Probably won't be as high, and that's okay. And then exhale. Let's curl it back down. Two more. Inhaling to lengthen forward and lift. And then exhaling to lower down. Last one. Inhaling to lengthen forward and lift, keeping those legs on the mat. And then exhaling to lower down. Those hands can frame the chest so that we can press up and draw the knees in and round that spine. On an exhale for a quick shell stretch. And then we can inhale. Everything up nice and tall. A little bit too tall, I see. So we will come to a seated position here with the legs bent, and they can be either pointed through the ankles and toes or flexed here. And the distance of which they are to your hips is what's going to be comfortable to you, where you feel that you can sit upright with minimal hip tension here. So, entering into our half roll back, let's let those palms face one another like little zombie arms here. We're thinking of drawing up nice and tall On an inhale, and then we'll exhale, begin to curl back through those lower abs. The shoulders will glide, but we're thinking of really hollowing out this belly in a scoop. And then we'll inhale, pretend that there's a beach ball in front of your lap that you don't want to squish. And we'll inhale forward, keeping the arms as parallel as we can with that glide. Then we'll exhale, rocking back, and inhaling to scoop forward and up. Last one like this. Exhaling to rock back, and then inhaling to scoop forward and lift, and then exhaling the entire way back down to the mat. The legs will get long and the arms will float biceps toward the ears. Entering into our full Pilates roll up and adding on. Let's inhale to nod the head, beginning the flex, and then exhaling to further flex and leave those legs on the ground and scoop over that imaginary beach ball. Then we'll inhale up tall, taking those arms with us in a salute. And then we'll exhale, begin scooping at that low belly, curling it back down, one vertebrae at a time, and leaving those legs on the mat. And then taking those arms back to that start position. Awesome. Let's take two more. Inhaling to nod the head, and then exhaling to flex and scoop over our imaginary beach ball, rounding forward. Then inhaling to stack up tall, taking the arms with us in a salute. And then exhaling to curl us right back down to the mat, keeping the tension out of the shoulders. The arms are up, but we're not in the shoulders. And then taking those arms back to that start position. One last time. Let's inhale to nod the head. Exhale. Curl it over, scoop over your beach ball. Reaching forward. And then we'll inhale back up, taking the arms with us in that salute. And then exhale, curling through those lower abs first, and then rounding everything back down to the mat, taking the arms back to start. Excellent. Let's prep for our Pilates 100. So there's different levels that you can be at depending upon what suits you. You can keep the head reclined on the mat the entire time, where the arms are hovering and the feet are on the floor. So this is a choice. You can always put your head and neck down at any point when you need. We can float the legs to a tabletop position here, knees over the hips, and be here reclined. We can also be here flexed up, or we can be here with the feet still on the floor, also flexed up as long as that belly is drawing in. We can transition between a tabletop and a 45 here, going back and forth on the inhales and the exhales. We can go between a 45 to a 90, inhaling up and flexing to lower here, if we so desire, or we can be with me with the legs at a 45. So if you are with me and we're here, awesome. Hang on and draw your core in. If you are still here, here we go. Let's inhale to nod the head. Exhale, flex the spine up. Inhale, one leg up to tabletop, and the other leg out. Exhale, press to 45, and let's breathe. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, take those knees to tabletop. Exhale, take those fingertips lightly behind the back of the head. Inhale, curl up just a tiny bit deeper. And then exhale, lengthen through one leg and rotate through the obliques. Full bicycle here. And then inhale, curl deeper and back to center. Exhale, rotate, obliques, other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, inhale, curl deeper, center. Exhale, switching each time. Inhale, curl deeper, center. Exhale, inhale, center. Exhale, and inhale, center. Exhale, inhale, center. Exhale, inhale, center. Last one, each side. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Roll it down, lower the legs. Take the knees side to side or in for a hug, or the head side to side if you need. Either way, we're going to come to our stomachs for our prone leg lifts and our swimming prep. So the legs, once again, will be toward the corner edges of the mat, laterally rotated or turned out at the hips, toes pointed to those corners, and the arms are going to be long, but they're not going to be long. They're going to be long and coming comfortably down the back. So we'll begin here, and then we'll fold and stack those arms and take the forehead on top. Then we'll lengthen them out for the swimming preps. So here we go. Starting with one leg and alternating each time. We're going to inhale and lengthen through that toe so much that the glute and the hamstring feel like they've just got to lift that leg into a hover. And then we'll exhale and softly lower down. Switching sides, inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower down. Again, inhaling to lengthen and lift through that glute hamstring connection. And then exhaling, taking it down. Switching sides, inhaling to lengthen and lift. Exhaling to lower down. One more round each side. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. Exhaling to lower down. Last time, last side. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to take it down. Now we get to take those arms, unfold through those elbows, and we'll do opposite arm and leg reaching long and apart together. Not necessarily about how high you lift as much as it is feeling that engagement along the entire back line of the body. So here we go. Taking a full breath cycle to prepare, breathing in and exhaling, feeling that belly button draw away from the floor, feeling the glutes slightly squeeze together. Let's inhale to lengthen and lift opposite arm and leg, and then exhale to lower it back down. Switching sides, inhaling to lengthen and lift, and then exhaling to lower down. Again, inhaling to lengthen and lift, switching sides each time, exhaling to lower, inhaling to lengthen and lift, and exhaling to lower. Last round each side, inhaling to lengthen and lift, exhaling to lower. Last time, last side, inhaling to lengthen and lift, and then exhaling to lower down. From here, the hands will come near the chest and we'll press up, but we won't take a shell stretch just yet. Where this is going is we're going to think about where we would be in our plank and then drop the knees just there. So my knees are past my hips as far as behind me. And then I'm going to check in with those shoulders and make sure that the wrists are stacked and in line. Some of this may be the camera angle, but we shall trust that my wrists are underneath my shoulders, which are drawing lightly down my back. I'm going to draw my core in toward the back of my spine. I'm going to take a breath to prepare in. And then on the exhale, I'm going to lift those knees to a hover. And then I'm going to inhale just to tap down. And then I'm going to exhale to draw them back up. And then we'll inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Last one, inhale to lower, and then exhale to lift. Inhale here, exhale, step those legs out to a plank position, drawing those shoulders down the back, widening the collarbones, elbow creases facing each other, making sure that belly is drawing toward the spine. Now here, we'll take a breath in to prepare, and on the exhale, we're going to lift through that glute hamstring connection, and then we'll inhale to lower, exhale to lift through that flexed heel, inhale to lower, one more like this, exhaling to lift, inhaling to lower, and then exhale to lift, inhale to lower, hold for an exhale, and then inhale to lift through that glute, exhale to lower, inhale to lift, and then exhale to lower. Check in with your core, still drawing in, inhaling to lift, exhaling to lower, and then inhaling to lift, exhaling to lower, inhaling to let those knees come to the floor, and then exhaling into our shell stretch, and then inhaling to draw us up tall. Let's take the legs out long for the beginning of our side leg series. So remember, there are choices here. We'll worry about the legs in just a moment, but as far as the torso, we can be in the lifted position here, elbow and shoulder stacked, nice neutral, drawing away from the floor rib cage here. We can come to more of a beach lying position as long as we're still lifted and we're not slumped down. Or we can join me in cradling the head here so that spine is all nice and in line with the rest of the torso. For the legs, we're going to take the legs totally in line with the body and check in to make sure that the hips are stacked. And then we're going to walk the feet forward 1 and 2, about a foot's length forward. And we're going to think about an ice cube underneath the side of the rib cage. The front hand or top hand can be cupcaked in front of the body for a tiny bit of stability, but we're not leaning into it. So with that top leg, let's inhale to point and lift through that toe, and then exhale to flex through that heel and lower down. Again, inhaling to point and lift, exhale to lower. Again, inhaling to point and lift, exhaling to flex and lower. 2 more, inhaling to point, exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, point to lift, and exhale, flex and lower. Let's keep that heel in line with the hip, and we're going to point forward on an inhale, keeping the hips from rolling forward. We want them to still be stacked. And then we'll exhale, take it back. Again, inhaling to point forward, exhale to draw back. Again, inhaling to point forward, exhale, flex back, inhale, point forward, exhale, flex through that heel back. Last one, inhaling to point forward, and then exhale, flex back, inhale, back to that start position, and exhale to hold, going into circles each direction. So we'll inhale, up and around, exhale, back to start. Inhale, up and around, exhale to start. And last one, inhale up and around, exhale to start. Switching directions, inhaling up and around, exhaling to start. Inhaling up and exhaling to that start position. Last one, inhaling up and around and exhaling to that start position. Let's take those legs totally in line with the body here. Going into staggered legs. Let's inhale to lift the top leg. Inhale to lift the bottom leg to meet it. And then exhale, take both down. Inhaling the top leg, inhaling the bottom leg, and exhaling both back down. Inhaling top, inhaling bottom, exhale, down. Inhaling top, inhaling bottom, exhale, back down. And last one, inhaling up, and exhale, take it down. Excellent. Let's press it up just so that we can swivel to the other side. Similar setup here. We'll take everything all in one line and we'll walk 1 foot length forward, and that's where the legs shall go. Torso remaining where it was, whether it's in the stacked elbow and shoulder with the side of the ribs lifting here, or if it's in the beach lying position, again, still with this lift, or if you are with me, cradling the head, all in one line of the body. And in all of those, having the cupcaked topped fingertips in front of the chest can be used to gently assist with stability so long as we're not leaning or pushing. So, with that top leg, we're going to hover it in line with our hip, and we'll inhale to point and lift, and then we'll exhale to flex through that foot and ankle back to that start position. Inhale, point to lift. Exhale, back to start. Inhale, point to lift. Exhale, think of squeezing back down through those glutes and inner thighs. Inhale, point to lift. Exhale, back down. And last one, inhale, point. Exhale, flex it down. Going forward and back. Inhaling to point forward. Exhale, flex through that heel, back. Inhaling to point forward. Exhale, flexing back. Inhaling, pointing forward. Exhale, back. 2 more. Inhaling to point forward. Exhaling to take it back. And last one, inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Then inhaling it back to that start position. Into circles. Inhaling to circle. Exhaling, back to start. Inhaling to circle. Exhaling to start. Inhaling to circle. And exhaling to start. Switching directions. Inhale, circle. Exhale. Inhale, circle. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, circle. And exhale. And then we can take those legs in line with the rest of the torso, finishing up with our staggered legs. Let's inhale to lift the top leg, inhale to lift the bottom leg, and exhale, both come down together. Again, inhaling to lift, exhale, taking both together, down to the mat. Again, inhaling to lift, exhaling, both back down. 2 more. Inhale, lift, exhale, take it back down. And last one, inhale, lift, and exhale, back down. Awesome. Let's press ourselves up. And we'll go into the beginning of our spine stretch forward, but we'll take those legs out to about the width of the mat. Legs long, feet flexed, toes to ceiling. If you feel like your hips have a lot of tension, it's okay here to bend the knees a little bit so that we can sit up tall with diminished hip discomfort here. We're going to take those hands. The fingertips can go either between the legs or out to the sides, whichever keeps your collarbones wide here. So for me, I'm going to enter into sort of a diving shape because a lot of professional aquatics for me. So instead I'm going to keep my fingertips on the outsides of my thighs and gently walk them forward. So we'll begin breathing in and up nice and tall. Then on the exhale, we'll start to nod that head and curl that spine forward. Walking the fingertips as we go. We'll inhale to hold. And then we'll exhale. Start to draw that spine back up to that start position. Inhaling the head up. Keep inhaling as we nod the head. And exhaling to flex it forward. Inhale here. And then exhale, use that core to stack you back up. Inhaling the head up last, and then keep inhaling to nod that head. And then exhale, flex that spine forward. Inhaling to hold. And then exhaling to draw that core in. And you all the way back up. Inhaling the head up last, and we will stay there for an exhale, and we will come to a comfortable, for us, seated position. Then we can take the palms out to the side, and we'll take our last breath of class together. Inhaling as we fan the arms up, and then exhaling as we take the hands down in front of the body. Thank you guys so much for joining me on our continued Mat Pilates journey. I look forward to our progress next week. Take care, you guys.